We all live in habits. Some piece of research suggests that 40% of our behaviours are driven by habits. And all I know is that they're very easy to install and very hard to get rid of. Now, there are three areas I work with about how you can help shift a habit. One is looking at the original cue, the trigger, then we look at the ritual, the habit itself, and then we look at the reward system, because they lock stuff in. So in other words, what we need to look at is what triggers it? What's the cue that makes you drop into that habit? And very often the habit is unconscious. So we need to raise this up to conscious. Oh, when that happens, I do that. The next thing is to then identify, what is the ritual I do? What is it that I constantly seem to keep doing? And then once you've identified that, then you can start thinking, what's a variation of that? How could I do a bit differently? How could I do slightly less of it? You know? And so we often encourage people to do slightly smaller changes. So it's not about like stopping drinking, it's like maybe alternating between one beer and one Coke or whatever it happens to be. And the last stage is looking at what is the reward you get from it. And clearly what we want to do is we want to basically associate more of a negative reward with the old habit and create a more positive reward for the new habit. And obviously, you know, one of the ways that we can actually add a new habit is very often by adding it onto an existing habit. So if you want to do stretching when you're brushing your teeth, that type of thing.